Hi friends, now we are working on the MCQs from theories of international trade which are very important for the Commerce Net exam. So the first question is, according to this theory, the holding of a country's treasure primarily in the form of gold constituted its wealth. And the options are, first one comparative cost advantage theory, second one absolute cost advantage theory, and third one theory of mercantilism. So this question says that according to a particular theory, a country's wealth is measured by the amount of holding of its gold. And which is that theory? This is the question. So here in this question, we have two key points to answer this question. And the first key point is gold and second key point is wealth. So when we analyze the first two options, that is the comparative cost advantage theory and absolute cost advantage theory, both these theories do not mention about gold and wealth. These theories are based on the productivity of the nations as the basis for the trade. But the last option, that is the theory of mercantilism. The theory of mercantilism mentions these two key points. It means according to the theory of mercantilism, a country's wealth and power is measured by the amount of its precious metals holding such as gold and silver. Okay. So from this it is clear that the answer for this question is option number 3, theory of mercantilism. And when we say about theory of mercantilism, it was an old theory of international trade which was prevailing in Europe from 16th to 18th centuries. And on that period, the mercantilists strongly believed that a nation's wealth and power is measured by the amount of its precious metals holding such as gold and silver. So in order to increase the holding of gold, the government of that time introduced a policy which encouraged export and discouraged import. And this is the more important concept about the theory of mercantilism. So the next question is, one person's gain is equivalent to others' loss is known as, first option positive sum game, negative sum game, zero sum game, and none of the above. So this question says that if one person win, other person will lose. And what is this concept and what is the name of this concept? So our answer is option number 3, zero sum game. So let us explain this answer. The zero sum game concept comes under the theory of mercantilism. According to the theory of mercantilism, the government of that time introduced a policy which encourages export and discourages import in order to increase the accumulation of precious metals, because at that time the precious metals was considered as the wealth of nation and the precious metals was the medium of exchange for trade. So automatically the gain of one nation would result in loss for another nation. So the trade of that time was considered as a zero sum game. Okay, so our answer is option number 3, zero sum game. And third question is, this theory focuses on MNCs and their efforts to gain competitive advantage against other global firms. And the options are global strategic rivalry theory, country similarity theory, Porter's diamond model, and absolute cost advantage theory. So this question says that the theory mentioned here focuses on MNCs and their efforts to gain competitive advantage against other global firms, which is that theory. The correct answer is option number 1, global strategic rivalry theory. The global strategic rivalry theory was emerged in 1980s, and this theory was based on the works of two economists named Paul Krugman and Kelvin Lancaster. And this theory focuses on multinational companies and their efforts to gain competitive advantage in international market against their competitors. So the answer for this question is option number 1, global strategic rivalry theory. And when we discuss about the other 3 options, let us take first the country similarity theory. The country similarity theory was propounded by Stefan Linder, and the basic idea about this theory is that the similarities between the countries are the basis for conducting trade between the nations. And the second one is Potter's Diamond Model. The Potter's Diamond Model was propounded by Michael E. Potter, and the idea behind this theory is that the competitive advantage within the nation is the key to gain competitive advantage in international market. And last one, absolute cost advantage theory. This theory was propounded by Adam Smith, and according to this theory, the productivity of the nation is the basis for conducting trade between the nations. Okay. And next question is, who among the following has given country similarity theory of international trade? And the first option, David Ricardo. Second one, Paul Krugman. Third one, Stefan Linder. And last one, Hector Ohlin. So the country similarity theory was propounded by Stefan Linder. His full name is Stefan Brunstam Linder. He propounded this theory in 1961. And the next question is, which theory suggesting that the pattern of international trade are determined by factor endowment rather than productivity? The options are absolute cost advantage theory, country similarity theory, product life cycle theory, and Hector Ohlin theory. So these questions ask that according to which theory the international trade is determined by the factor endowment. So let us analyze these options. First one, absolute cost advantage theory. The absolute cost advantage theory is based on the concept of productivity between the participating nations. And second one, country similarity theory. The basic idea behind the country similarity theory is that the similarities between the countries is the basis for conducting trade between the nations. And third one, product life cycle theory. The product life cycle theory says about the different stages of a product in international market. And last one, Hector Ohlin theory. The Hector Ohlin theory focuses on the concept of factor endowment. So from this it is clear that the answer for this question is option number 4, Hector Ohlin theory. And this theory was propounded by two economists named Elie Hector and Bertil Ohlin. And the main idea behind this theory is that the differences in factor endowment is the basis for conducting trade between the nations. Okay, so our answer is Hector Ohlin theory. So in our next lecture, we will discuss another 5 important MCQs from theories of international trade. And if you want to explore more about this theory, go to the playlist. So thank you. So friends, if this video was helpful for you, subscribe the channel, and thank you so much, and all the very best.